5 reasons your breakup happened. Uncover the truth. Welcome to our channel where we talk about all things love, loss, and moving on together. You know that feeling after a breakup where you're just like, what just happened? We've all been there, right? Today, we're diving deep into the heart of the matter. The top 5 reasons why breakups happen. So, grab your tissues, grab your besties, and let's get real. Because sometimes the truth stings a little, but hey, that's life. Alright, let's talk about communication, people. It's the cornerstone of any relationship, right? I mean, how can you build anything lasting if you're not on the same page? Think of it like building a house. You need strong communication, like those blueprints and those constant conversations between the builders to make sure everything's in the right place. But sometimes, somewhere along the way, the lines get crossed. Maybe you stopped really listening, or maybe you were too scared to speak your truth. We've all been there, right? You know, those little misunderstandings that turn into big blowouts because you weren't communicating clearly. And let me tell you, holding back your feelings? That's a recipe for disaster. It's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. You can do it for a little while, but eventually it's gonna pop up and probably right in your face. So, how do you fix it? Well, honesty is key, people. Be open, be honest, even when it's scary. And listen, really listen to your partner. Put those phones down, make eye contact, and be present in the moment. Remember those old school phones with the coiled cords that would get all tangled? That's what happens to relationships without clear communication. Don't let your love life become a tangled mess. Talk it out, be honest, and watch your bond grow stronger. Let's talk about trust, folks. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, right? It's like the bedrock that your love is built upon. Without it, you're basically trying to build a castle on a sandcastle. It's just not gonna stand. Now, trust issues can pop up for a lot of reasons. Maybe there's been infidelity, maybe it's little white lies that snowball into bigger ones, or maybe it's past hurts that are still haunting the relationship. Whatever the reason, those cracks in the foundation can be tough to repair. When trust is broken, it can feel like the whole world is falling apart. You start questioning everything, feeling insecure, and those doubts can eat away at you. It's like that feeling you get when you think you've lost your phone. That panic, that sense of unease. Rebuilding trust takes time, effort, and a whole lot of patience. It's about open communication, being vulnerable, and showing your partner that you're there for them no matter what. Think of it like this. You wouldn't keep building a house if the foundation was crumbling, right? You'd fix the foundation first. And that's what you need to do in your relationship. Address those trust issues head on, rebuild that foundation brick by brick, and you might just find that your love is stronger than ever. We all change, right? It's an inevitable part of life. I mean, think about who you were 5 years ago. The experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned. You've probably learned new things, discovered new passions, and maybe even picked up new hobbies that you never imagined you'd enjoy, and maybe even changed your hairstyle a few times. It's natural to evolve, to grow into different versions of ourselves, and that goes for relationships too. Sometimes couples grow together, supporting each other's journeys, sharing dreams and aspirations. But sometimes those paths start to diverge. It's not always a sudden shift, it can be a gradual realization. It's like you're on 2 different hiking trails, heading in opposite directions. You start at the same point, but the paths slowly veer away. You might start with the same goal, the same destination in mind, but eventually you realize you're on completely different paths. Your interests, your priorities, they begin to shift. Maybe one of you discovers a new passion that takes up all your time, something that becomes a central part of your life, or maybe your life goals no longer align. What once seemed like a shared vision now feels like 2 separate dreams. It's not necessarily anyone's fault, it's just life happening. People grow, and sometimes they grow in different directions. Growing apart can be a slow and painful process. It's like watching a beautiful painting slowly fade. You might start feeling disconnected, like the bond you once had is slipping away, like you're living parallel lives instead of sharing one. The connection that once felt so strong now feels distant. It's that feeling of being in a crowded room but still feeling completely alone. The sense of isolation can be overwhelming. The important thing is to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. Talk about your dreams, your fears, and your aspirations. Share your thoughts and listen to theirs. See if there's a way to bridge the gap, to find common ground and support each other's growth. Sometimes, understanding and compromise can bring you back together, to find common ground and support each other's growth. It's about finding ways to reconnect, to reignite the bond. But sometimes, no matter how much you love someone, you have to accept that you're on different paths. And that's okay. It's a part of life's journey. You have to accept that you're on different paths, and that's okay. It's a part of life's journey. It's a step towards personal growth. Letting go can be one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it can also be the most liberating. It opens up new possibilities, but it can also be the most liberating. It allows you to rediscover yourself, to find new strengths and passions. It allows you to pursue your own path, to explore new opportunities, and to embrace the unknown with courage. To embrace your own growth, to become the person you were always meant to be, and to find happiness on your own terms. Because in the end, your journey is uniquely yours, and it's worth embracing every step of the way. Opposites attract, right? Well, sometimes. The idea that opposites attract can be thrilling at first. The differences can seem exciting and new, adding a sense of mystery and adventure to the relationship. But when it comes to long-term relationships, compatibility is key. It's not just about the initial spark, it's about building a life together that works for both of you. It's like trying to fit two puzzle pieces together that just don't quite match. You might try to force them to fit, but the edges will never align perfectly. You can force it, but it's never going to be a perfect fit. The more you push, the more you realize that the pieces just aren't meant to go together. Incompatibility can show up in all sorts of ways. It can be subtle at first, like a small crack in the foundation that grows over time. Maybe you have different values, different goals, or different ways of looking at the world. These differences can create tension and misunderstandings, or even different senses of humor. What one person finds hilarious, the other might find offensive or just plain confusing. You might find yourself constantly clashing over the little things, the day-to-day decisions that should be simple but turn into battlegrounds. Like how to load the dishwasher. It seems trivial, but these small disagreements can add up over time. Or where to go on vacation. One person wants adventure while the other craves relaxation. Now some differences can be exciting. They can introduce you to new experiences and perspectives. They can add spice to life, making each day feel fresh and unpredictable. And challenge you to grow. These differences can push you out of your comfort zone and help you become a better person. But when those differences become fundamental disagreements, they can create a rift in the relationship. It's no longer about growth, it's about survival. They can create a rift in the relationship. This rift can grow wider and deeper, making it harder to bridge the gap. It's like trying to build a house with someone who wants a modern minimalist design while you're dreaming of a cozy cottage. The visions are so different that compromise seems impossible. While you're dreaming of a cozy cottage, each person has a different idea of what home should look like. You might both have the best intentions, genuinely wanting to make it work, but ultimately, you have different visions for the future. These visions can be so divergent that they pull you in opposite directions. If you're constantly butting heads with your partner, it can be exhausting and demoralizing. It's important to take a step back and assess your compatibility. Sometimes, a little distance can provide clarity. Are these differences something you can live with and compromise on, or are they deal breakers? It's a tough question, but an essential one. Remember, relationships require effort and understanding, a willingness to meet each other halfway. But they shouldn't feel like a constant battle. If every day feels like a struggle, it might be a sign that something fundamental is off. If you're finding it impossible to find common ground, it can be heartbreaking but necessary to face the truth. It might be time to accept that you're simply not compatible. And that's okay. It's better to part ways with respect and understanding. It's better to acknowledge the incompatibility than to stay in a relationship that's not serving either of you. Sometimes letting go is the most loving thing you can do for both yourself and your partner. Let's be real, relationships aren't just between two people, right? They involve a whole network of connections and influences. There's a whole cast of characters involved, family, friends, even society as a whole, and they can all have an impact on your love life. These external forces can sometimes be the glue that holds you together, but they can also be the wedge that drives you apart. Think of it like a sitcom. You've got your main characters, but then you've got those recurring characters, those neighbors, those co-workers who can shake things up. They bring in new storylines, new conflicts, and new resolutions. You've got your main characters, but then you've got those recurring characters, those neighbors, those co-workers who can shake things up. They bring in new storylines, new conflicts, and new resolutions. Sometimes these characters are helpful and supportive, but other times they can create drama and tension. Sometimes they're helpful and supportive, but other times they can create drama and tension. It's like having a plot twist you didn't see coming, and suddenly you're dealing with issues you never anticipated. Family can be a big one. They often have the best intentions, but their expectations and opinions can sometimes clash with your own. Maybe your families don't get along, or maybe they have different expectations for your relationship. These differences can create a lot of stress and strain. Friends can also play a role, especially if they're not supportive of your partner, or if they're constantly trying to influence your decisions. Their opinions can sometimes feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders. And then, there's societal pressure. We're constantly bombarded with messages about what a perfect relationship should look like. From romantic comedies to social media, we're shown idealized versions of love that can make our own relationships feel inadequate. It's easy to start comparing your relationship to others, and feeling like you're not measuring up. It's easy to start comparing your relationship to others, and feeling like you're not measuring up. This can lead to feelings of insecurity and doubt, which can be detrimental to your relationship. It's important to remember that your relationship is your own. It's unique and special in its own way. You get to decide who's part of your inner circle and what role they play in your love life. Setting boundaries is crucial. Set boundaries, communicate your needs, and don't be afraid to stand up for your relationship, even if it means going against the grain. It's about protecting what you have and nurturing it. Remember, you're the star of your own love story. You and your partner are the ones who get to write the script. Don't let external influences write the script for you. Take control of your narrative and make decisions that are best for you and your partner. Listen to your heart, trust your instincts, and surround yourself with people who support your happiness. At the end of the day, it's your love story and you deserve to be happy. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 5 reasons why breakups happen. Remember, relationships are like plants. They need nurturing, care, and sometimes even a little pruning to thrive. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more relationship advice, funny stories, and maybe even a few dance breaks along the way. Remember, understanding the reasons behind a breakup can help you heal, grow, and come out stronger on the other side. So, keep your head up, keep believing in love, and I'll see you next time.